Another NFL week here to win some more money. Chad Millman from the Action Network looking at some of the lines he likes this week. Which way to go? Thanks to Sal Pal on a Sal Pal Friday. He, like all guests, appeared via the Boardwalk Honda hotline, as does Chad Millman, who is back with a look at what are we in week 14. Never know what week it is anymore because some of these games are on a Wednesday, but they're in the old week. So let's get into it now as we bring Chad Millman into the show here on a Friday edition of the Sports Best. Chad, welcome back, my man.
Hello, how are you? It's kind of amazing. If you had said in September, yeah, we'll be at week 14 relatively on schedule, I don't know that I would have made that bet.
Well, here we are, week 14. We got, no games have been actually canceled. We've had some things moved all over the place, but hey, here we go. And I know on Sunday, we're getting down here, week 14, just a couple of weeks left in the season. And, all right, let's throw some fun ones your way as I want to get first thought. I feel like we've thrown the Dolphins at you the last couple of weeks here, and they keep intriguing me. Every week, I'm like, there's something about the Dolphins. Do I trust them in Denver? Can they be a big favorite against the Bengals? Well, here they are, a huge home underdog against the Chiefs. But I usually like Miami at home, and, of course, 7.5 is a nice number.
Yeah, like, with every fiber of my being, I believe the Dolphins are the right side in this bet because Brian Flores is a really good coach, because their defense has been really good, because they bring max effort every single time. And that is something that you can consistently count on because they are big home underdogs. And I love big home underdogs. And if you give me a big home underdog with a team that has proven to be capable, and that is getting sort of less, that is the majority of the bets are coming on the other side, I like it. And yet, there's something I'm troubled about. And it's like all the wise guy money keeps coming in on the Chiefs, and I can't figure it out. And the only thing that makes sense is, well, it's the Chiefs. It's Andy Reid on the road, who's amazing. It's Patrick Mahomes, who's going to win the MVP for the second time in 3 years. And the one thing sort of schematically that plays to the Chiefs' strength that the Dolphins do is they play a lot of men. And so what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for Patrick Mahomes to be able to do what he does really well, which is when he can't find the open receiver and everyone's back is turned, everyone on defense has their back turned, he finds an open lane and gains 10 yards. And that worries me a lot. So, I think I'm going to take the Dolphins, but it's not going to be like a max unit bet.
All right. So here's another one I'm really intrigued to get your take on, because is this the get-right game for Seattle? I mean, they lose at home. Now they're at home again. I know it's a big number, opened at 15. It's down to 13.5, but the Jets have all sorts of issues, as we know. This feels like a good spot for the Seahawks to kind of like take it out on someone. And that number falling under 2 touchdowns feels like it's just about the right spot for me.
Smash it, smash it, smash it. And if there is a Jamal Adams to score 2.5 touchdowns on defense, you might want to take that too. Because, look, if there was ever a game that was set up to be a revenge game, it's Jamal Adams in a blitz-happy scheme playing against the New York Jets. I mean, come on. This is one you got to take, and I'm loath to take big spreads. But there's a couple things here. And I also like the under quite a bit in this game. But, look, Seattle has gotten more conservative offensively as the year has gone on. Their offensive line has been banged up. Their running backs have gotten healthy. So there's more support for Russell Wilson, but their defense has also gotten a lot better. Like, they got Carlos Dunlap, and all of a sudden they have more pass rushing capability, and I think that's helped their defense overall. And so those are two things that will potentially keep the Jets from, A, getting the ball very much, and B, scoring very much. So I do like the Seahawks as a nearly 2-touchdown favorite.
Sunday night's game seems like it's going to be a doozy. It opened up with Buffalo at home as an underdog, and it flipped to them being favored by 2, 1.5 in some places against the Steelers. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the Steelers here. This is a classic buy low, sell high spot for me. Now that they're underdogs, and I'm seeing +2 in some places. I think, look, you saw the Steelers lose to Washington. Personally, I was on Washington. You saw the Bills do what they did against San Francisco. I was on San Francisco. And all of a sudden, those are the two primetime games. You're looking at those. You know which way the public is going to go. Best case scenario, you fade the public. So that, to me, is the side to do.
All right. Now, this one here, because I feel like when you see Packers and you see the Lions, you feel 7.5. What's, the Packers are way better than a touchdown better than the Lions. But the Lions, they put up 38 last week. You got the coach trying to win that job out there. Is a 7.5 point number for a home dog. Is this a sneaky spot to take the Lions?
Look, I always like to bet a big home dog, and we just talked about that with Miami. I'm personally going to pass on this game. I think, and if I had to take it, if someone was like, oh my God, I got to bet this game, I would take the Packers, even though it goes against everything I believe in betting a big home dog. But I'm not a buyer in sort of 18 the second week after the coach is fired. I like him the first week. I'm not a buyer against a team that did what they did to the Bears and should be getting any kind of credit for that. And Darrell Bevell's not getting the job, so he can coach, this team to an undefeated season at the end of the year, and he's still not going to be getting this job. And Aaron Rodgers is like probably the only guy who you could even start thinking about for MVP other than Russell Wilson. And so the Packers need to keep winning out. They know they've got a small shot to get that number one seed and take it from the Saints, and that really means something this year because you're the only team getting a bye. So I think the Packers are going to win. I would have to bet the Lions because you got to bet the big home dog, but I don't like any of it.
Speaking of home dogs, you have the Raiders at home +3. It opened up at +2.5 against the Colts. Now, I don't know how to read this Colts team. It seems like they're very inconsistent. And then the Raiders, they just snuck one out against the Jets. But they are at home and they are a dog. Does that intrigue you?
Yeah, I do. I generally hate the Raiders, but I think this is the right spot for them. I do like a short home dog. There's two situations that I like. One, they're a home dog. 2, they almost got beat by the Jets, so their value is depressed. 3, the Colts beat the Texans, so their value is increased. And 4, forget about sort of the betting situation. Phillip Rivers has turf toe, and that's not an easy thing to play through. So I do like sort of the spot that the Raiders get into here.
All right, Chad Millman, ActionNetwork.com. Make sure you make that a daily part of your betting day. Check out the lines, where they are at each of your favorite sites. And, of course, before we let you run, what is Chad Millman's? You put out some great lines today. Smash it, smash it, smash it with every fiber in my being. So I don't know how you top that, but what is the topper, your favorite play this weekend?
Well, look, we talked a little bit about I really like the Raiders in that spot. But another game that I think is really, really good right now is Tampa Bay I'm looking at our lines here. I think they're a 6.5 point favorite over the Vikings. And look, they're coming off a bye, so they're rested. Yeah, I'm seeing it 6.5. They're coming off a bye, so they're rested. The Vikings, I love the Vikings, man. I've got them I've got a Super Bowl ticket on them at 25-1. So I was high on them before the season, but they got a couple injuries that on the defensive side that are concerning me. And they're continuing to struggle against bad teams. Like, they really needed help to beat Carolina. They really needed help to beat Jacksonville. So now they're going on the road. They're playing a Buccaneers team that is off a bye. So Tom Brady's gotten plenty of sleep. And, like, when Tom Brady comes off a bye, he's almost unbeatable, whether it's the spread or straight up. So I don't like a beat-up defense going on the road when they've been struggling against bad teams to actually play a good team that is sitting in a really good spot.
There you go. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Do that with the Seahawks. That's Chad Millman.
I'm like Hulk. Smash, smash, smash.
All right, there's a look at Week 14, some of the plays he likes. And, of course, check out ActionNetwork.com. Download their app. And Chad Millman, like all guests, appeared via the Boardwalk Honda hotline. Chad, have a great weekend, man.
See you, folks.